before we get started. Um,
I'm ready.
okay, unfortunately, I'm not because we got a lot of media on here, and I'm doing this one at a time unless there's a way to do it in batch, which somebody will have to teach me another day. Give me about 30 more seconds, Scott.
Okay.
Okay, Joel, there's yours, Joel. Anybody wanting to record this that still needs permission, speak up right now if you do. If not, I think we're in good shape. So go ahead, Scott. Go get started with your questions for Io. And reminder for everybody else, please have yourself on mute unless you're asking the question so we can try and give everybody broadcast audio and video. Thank you.
Okay. I guess Io, first one for me. What factors did you consider when making your decision to come back for year 3?
I factor a lot of different decisions. As you would know, of course, it's more than one or two decisions when it determines a decision that a life-changing decision. I would say, could be arguably one of the most important decisions and important decisions of my life. So it wasn't just one or two decisions that I made. It was a lot of decisions that factored into it. Some that, I would rather not, speak on. If then but, it's just so many, different decisions on the business side of everything, the overall my game and how I get better. But it was so many different pros and cons that I weighed with my family.
Scott, if you guys go ahead, keep going.
Yeah. When did you know that you were going to come back to Illinois? Was it, I guess, when did you start putting the video together? What was the timeline, for that?
Yeah, actually, I knew the day that I dropped it was the day that I firmly, confirmed, my decision. I was talking to my grandfather actually, and that was the first time it actually came out of my mouth. I told him, like, yeah, I'm gonna come back for my junior year. The video that I made, I have two versions of the videos, two versions of the ending. One ended with me saying I'll be going to the NBA, and then obviously the other one was that. So really, I kept both in case because I wasn't really sure which way I wanted to go. And then ultimately, I decided to come back. The NBA is going to be there. I'm not chasing the NBA. I'm chasing greatness. And in order to be, I felt that this is the best decision for me to chase that greatness and chase perfection.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Derek Piper. Pipe, you're up, and then Joey, you'll be on deck.
Oh, you were pretty consistent throughout that you were 100% in on preparing for the draft and said that you envisioned yourself at the next level for next season. What really changed for you? Was there conversation with your family, with Coach Underwood, with the next level that kind of pushed that in a different direction for you?
No, actually, I give a lot of props to Coach Underwood and coach staff. They gave me a lot of space. They gave me, ultimate space to make my decision the best for me and my family. They had no pressure. They rarely talked to me about it, if not at all. Haven't talked to me about it, didn't persuade me either way. They gave me my space, for 3 or 4 months. We knew it was a mutual respect thing. So we haven't talked for like 3 or 4 months. I was out here training, my dad and my brother getting bigger, getting stronger. I was 100% locked in. I was actually 99.9% locked in. I always said I left that 1% in case, the uncertainties of the 0.1% in case the uncertainties of the pandemic that we're in. And, that's what happened. Unfortunately, they recently came out, said it's going to be a combine, but they said didn't know where it's going to be at, doesn't know what it consists of. Hearing a lot of rumors, I was told that it was going to be like a physical combine, so just height, weight, make sure everyone is healthy, and not the traditional combine where you could come and show your attributes such as lifting weights, showing your bench press, your speed, shuttle run, vertical, standing vertical, and of course drills and working out for teams. So, it wasn't the traditional combine, and that ultimately played a huge factor in my decision because I know my worth. Like I said, I'm chasing greatness. I'm not chasing NBA, I'm chasing greatness. And, with me being great, I know my time will come. So I'm just going to take it by that.
I want to follow up here.
Yeah, go ahead.
A lot of guys as highly ranked as you come to college, and they talked about one and done, and they really, a lot of guys jump at the first opportunity to go to the next level. And you could have went last year, you could have went this year, but you said a lot about wanting to turn the program around. You said in your video, Big Ten title, national title. Why does elevating the program mean so much to you? When did that when did you realize that was so important, and why is that the case for you?
The first part of your question, a lot of people want done. Everyone's book is different. Everyone's story is different. Some people, everyone runs, their mile, run their marathon at a different pace. You have some guys who want it done, and you have, some greats who spent extra time in college. Steph Curry, C.J. McCollum, Damian Lillard, and so many greats I can go on the list that spent time. Michael Jordan, like it's so many guys who spent extra time in college just to develop and ultimately win. And I want to win. I want to be those in the same conversation as those greats. And I want to put Illinois in a position where to win national championship and contend for a national championship. And when I committed here, I said I want to help turn the program around. And I think definitely we're right there. Now it's time to just execute. And that's my goal. That's my plan.
Okay, we'll go to Joey next, and then Shannon, you're on deck if you'll have something.
Hey, Io, when did I know you said there was some space between you and the coaching staff. When and how, I guess, did you let them know that you would be returning? And can you maybe share a little bit of what their reaction to that was?
Actually, I talked to Coach Underwood about a week. I talked to Coach Underwood for the first time about a week before I made my decision, so like a week and a half ago. We talked briefly, and then I just told him how I was updating him on my process. I was telling him how I was going, how talking with the teams was going. It was going well. And then I told him, no matter my decision, before I made my decision, we have that relationship. We have that loyalty and that trust factor where I told him, no matter which way I go, I'm going to call him and let him know first. So right before I dropped the video, he could tell you I called him about 5 minutes. No, not 5 minutes. I wouldn't say that. Probably 30 seconds after. I called him. Then 30 seconds after I dropped the video. He was excited. He was very excited, very ecstatic, of course. And we just talked briefly. He knew that with the media and, how, the world reacts, we had touched back bases later this week.
And then with Kofi obviously announces the following day, was there any communication between the two of you? Was this a coordinated effort, or was it just kind of how it played out?
No, I wouldn't say it was coordinated. That's my guy. So, one of my closest friends. So, we talked a lot. Me being obviously a sophomore and being a freshman, just giving him, we just talk game of basketball, just giving him big brother and advice about just the game, just about life. We talked, but we never actually talked about I didn't influence his decision, I would say. I gave him his space the same way I respect people to give me my space. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. We didn't actually any talk about his teams, or we didn't get into any details. It's just I gave him his space to, let him be a man and make the best decision for him and his family.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go to Shannon, and then Jeremy Warner, you're on deck.
All right. Hi, Io. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, my video is not working, so hopefully, I was hoping my audio did. You touched on this a little bit about just the idea of the uncertainty with the combine. It's a really obviously unprecedented moment of for the people who were in the draft are trying to decide and go through this right now when there was so much uncertain and dates changing. I'm wondering if you could just kind of describe what that was like, not being able to do workouts as you traditionally would, hearing dates changing, not knowing what was going to happen. Just what was that like? How did you handle that uncertainty factor throughout this?
I mean, it's just life. It's the way life goes. Everything doesn't go smoothly. Everything doesn't go as planned. So it's about adjusting. And I'm blessed to have so many great people who've been through, tough times, who've been through hard times, and been through different factors of their life where they faced adversity to, help propel me. So when I went through it now, like it is what it is. It's the way of life. It's about adjusting. It's about finding the next way to be successful and just to try to keep moving. Not thinking about, what could have happened or what should have happened, but, just playing the cards that were dealt. And that's what I did. Just played the cards that were dealt to me the best of my ability. Of course, I knew that if I had an opportunity for a combine or if I had an opportunity to work out for teams, no doubt in my mind that I don't believe that I wouldn't, be drafted in the first round or definitely have a guaranteed contract. But that wasn't the cards that was dealt to me. So, I had to find another way, and there's no better way than coming back, getting bigger, getting stronger, showing, my athleticism and just showing off everything that I would have showed the NBA teams my rookie year, just showing it my junior year. And that only difference is I get a chance to win national championship along with it.
Do you have any follow-up, Shannon?
Not right now. I'll let it go to others.
Okay, great. We'll go to Jeremy Warner, and then Marley, you're on deck.
Hey, I hope you're well. I know you're pretty confident in yourself. And was there a moment where you thought, just bet on myself even with this process and see where it takes me? What kept you from maybe going down that path?
Of course. I could have, I always believe in myself, but it's a big picture. It's not about making decisions. It's not about making decisions just looking at this year or next year. It's about my whole career, hopefully 10, 15-year career. I mean, that's what me and my family do. We sit down and we talk, and I have so many great and smart people in my family where they advise me and they help me to make the best decision, not for just this year or next year, but for the longevity of my career. If I really wanted to just go make the NBA like I stayed last year, I could have went last year. I could have went this year, but that's not my goal. My goal is to come in and help contribute to a team right away. And my goal is to maximize the best of my capabilities. And if that means come back another year and develop my game and work hard on my game, then that's what God is advising me to do.
What kind of feedback were you able to get from the NBA, and what are some things that you want to work on and improve to them during this next year?
Oh, I mean, I'm just coming out trying to I wouldn't necessarily say I'm coming out trying to prove anything to them. I'm trying to just prove to myself, get better each day to myself, better than I was yesterday, try to get better today. That's my goal. Try to come out and lead, try to win games. And, of course, I'm going to get bigger. Of course, my athleticism is going to rise. My jump shot, all of that is going to come. But, I'm not going out there saying I'm proving anything to anybody because that's not the way I play basketball. I'm just coming out trying to get better and prove to myself that I can get better than I was yesterday. And teams, they said different compliments. Of course, you have some teams who say things stuff that I have to work on, and other teams they said that they'll draft me in a suitable position. But like I said, nothing is guaranteed with no combine and everything. I decided that it was the best decision for me was to come back.
Thanks, Al.
Okay, we'll go to Marley now, and then Alex, you're on deck.
Hey, Io. Welcome back. I guess where are you at right now? Are you still back home, or when do you plan to come to campus if you're not here in Champaign already?
Yeah, I'm still in Chicago working out, training. I haven't talked to the coaching staff about that yet. I'm gonna talk to him probably later this weekend. We're gonna figure that out when I'm gonna get back to Champaign. But I wasn't there the last 4 or 5 months, so currently I don't have an apartment or anything. So we go figure all that out.
So it seems that the Illinois fan base, your teammates, the coaching staff, they've been really supportive no matter what. When you declared for the draft, they supported you, and when you decided to come back, you had that kind of support. Does that help you at all, or give you any comfort with making these decisions? Does it make it any easier knowing you're going to be supported by fans, coaches, no matter what?
Oh, I mean, when I make my decision, I don't want to come off as rude, but I don't really think about, fans or, what other people have to say, because at the end of the day, the decision I make is going to affect me and my family. So I sat down with my family, my same family you guys see at the game, every game at State Farm Center in the section. And we made the best decision for us, and we made the best decision, like for us and for my future. And that's how we went about it. So, I really don't think about I really wasn't thinking about being accepted or, how other people would take it, because at the end of the day, I'm 20 years old. My parents, my mom, my dad, they raised me to be, a young man. So the older you get, the more big decisions you have to make. And we making a big decision. It's about, just stepping up and being a man and make that decision. Of course, I know the fans are excited, to win a national championship. And I know I'm very excited about us having a great team this year. And I'm excited to play in front of them again. But when it came down to making a decision, I just rely more on my immediate family. My true fans, the ones who really care about me and really, follow me through this whole journey, they, accept my decision, either way I went. So that's really the way I went about it.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Alex next, and then Gavin, you'll be on deck.
Hey, Al, congrats, man. Just wondering, looking at some of the other stars in the Big Ten that have come back, like a Luka Garza, a lot of talent coming back in the conference. Are you looking forward to competing with, some familiar foes in the conference and just the high level of competition? Are you excited to come back and give it another run?
Yeah, I'm looking to compete against anybody, whoever. Me being a leader, I'm going to get the guys real amped up because, starting off the season, it's much different these last 2 years. We're the one being hunted. It's going to be a lot of media. There's going to be a lot of notoriety. It's going to be a lot of people who are, I want to say, who are, just showing love to us, and as we deserve it. But it's a different kind of target on our back now. So it's about coming competing every night. So against the stars, of course, we want to come out and compete against those. But the Big Ten is the deepest conference in the world, so we got to come out each and every game and compete, because, like I said, we the one being hunted. The last 2 years we've been hunted. Now we the marked man. We the one with the bounty on our backs.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Okay, great. We'll go to Gavin next, and then Gabby, you'll be on deck.
Hey, Io, good to see you. Your decision kind of, along with Marcus Carr, has been one of many in the Big Ten of guys returning and pulling out the draft. I saw Luka Garza came back today, and Aaron Henry at Michigan State just announced he's coming back. I just want to know, has it been really weird to try and make this decision by tomorrow's deadline with the NCAA? And you kind of had talked about how the combine, was kind of up in the air still, and you weren't sure what shape that was going to take exactly.
Yeah, definitely. It was a tough decision. I would say they gave us, ample time to make a decision. But, for me, like I said, if it was a definite combine and I had an opportunity to work out for teams and, show my game, a lot of things could have went differently. A lot of things could have factored into my decision, could have went differently. But not having that certainty when it's going to happen, what it's going to be about, basically just being on standby, that was probably the difficult part of the decision.
Thanks. And then when you get back to campus, what's the first thing you're going to do?
I don't know, probably take a shower or something.
Okay, thanks, Io.
Workout at Oven is
Yeah,
what he do. Yeah. Gabby, you're up, and then we'll have Mark Pearson on deck.
Hey, Io. I know the decision just came probably less than 48 hours ago now. Have you had any communication? I know you said you had some with Underwood and a little with Kofi, but have you had any other communication with the rest of your your teammates that you're returning to, or any of the freshmen that just came in?
Yeah, I actually talked to pretty much everyone on the team. I tried to reach out to them. Most of the freshmen, I talked to them. A couple of them, I still have a couple I have to reach out to. I talked to mostly all the returning players because we had that relationship. You know, they were supporting my decision when I was entering the draft. They supported my decision the whole way. So we talked throughout the whole timeline. I pretty much talked to all my coaches briefly, but I haven't talked to them after that.
Now having kind of that like true upperclassman status, do you see yourself in a different role just to help out, some of the freshmen coming in, or even a sophomore like Kofi?
Yeah, definitely. That was one of the brief things that, Coach emphasized when we were on the phone is he's leaning on me a lot more. And, basically anytime something goes wrong, I'm be the one to blame. So it's really, I really focused on and in that role where I have to, run a show and make sure everything is good, make sure, everyone is competing, everyone is going out there, giving it their all each and every game, and just being a extension of him on that court and being more of a leader, leading the team, and just, being out there, just overall, just keeping everybody together.
Thanks, Io.
Okay, Mark, you're up, and Jim Lawson, you're on deck.
Hey, I hope all's well, man. So as far as the team goes, I know you didn't make the decision based on the team or anything like that. You made it for yourself and your family. But the team being stacked this year, moving into the top 10, obviously a great team last year, and you guys seem to have gotten better in the offseason. Did that affect your decision at all, knowing you're coming back to a perennial top 10 team?
Yeah, definitely. That was one of the plus that I had, knowing that I have pieces where it's helping my game, having Shooter and Adam. So many shooters. Coleman, Grant, Hut, DeMonte. Having so many shooters around me, it really opens up my game where I can, get average more assists, just make the game more fun. I love it already. So, having much better talent on the side of me, that ultimately was a bone plus in my decision.
Awesome. Thanks, Io.
Okay, we'll go to Jim Matson next, and then Alessandra, you're on deck.
Hey, Io, is there any fear, I guess, that you're coming back to a situation in which perhaps there won't be a college basketball season? Does the fact that maybe we won't even play at Illinois in the Big Ten scare you a lot?
Nah, it doesn't scare me, but it's definitely a possibility. I mean, everything I've been hearing all signs is worst case scenario, we play conference games only. So, the TBT, they were successful. So that gave me hope. And then, the Big Ten right now, not the Big Ten, I'm sorry. The NBA right now, the last month, I believe, since they've been in the bubble, 0 out of 386 players have tested positive for COVID. So seeing those two leagues be successful is definitely giving me hope that worst case scenario, we play with the Big Ten and beat up on each other. But with the team we have, I'm excited, more excited about enjoying the whole season. I don't want to just have it anchored down just to the Big Ten. I want to, enjoy those games, road games, and, just memories, lifetime memories. I want to be able to experience that. So just emphasize people wearing their masks so we could, get through this.
Can I ask you about Adam Miller, your memories of playing with Adam at Morgan Park, and maybe your expectations of how the two of you will play together at Illinois?
Memories, we won a state championship together. So the last time we played, we won. We're winners. He's a competitor. I'm a competitor. Me being a junior and me knowing the game a lot and, being in those battles, I'm going to, of course, pass that knowledge down to him, try to make it easier for him. And then we going to come out and try to win games. Simple as that. I'm going to just come out, try to win games. We'll come out and compete.
Okay, we're actually going to go next to Kedrick, and then Robert, you'll be on deck. So, Ked, take it away.
Hey, Al, quick question for you. I was lucky enough to talk to a couple NBA scouts. And one of the things that they talked about, and we as the media, that they really, really loved about you was how professional and how mature you are. Can you tell us, is that something that you got from your family, or is it just who you are? Because the scouts really, really, really talked about how well prepared you are and how well you do with media.
Yeah, it was something that just passed down. It's something that's been passed down from my family. It starts from both just my grandparents, but my grandfather, he really emphasized that. And, been passed down to my dad and passed down to me. But, yeah, I would say my grandfather, because growing up, going to his house, he always conducted himself in a positive manner. Like if he took us to school, he never was late. He always, everything he had, it's like he did it in a professional manner, and he always did it, the best he can, and always was right. So just going through this process, I've been blessed for, him to show me that, and then him pass it down to my mom, dad, and then I have aunts and uncles who are all professional, and they all jobs are, lawyers, attorneys, in that field where, I have really no room for error. So when it comes to, talking to media or going through the process, I'm well prepared.
Okay, quick follow-up question. It's kind of a funny one. You and your mom, I've heard you and your mother talk about your hair as far as being a good luck charm. Is it about the buckets, or is it about wins and losses? About you not cutting it?
Oh, no, I like my hair because I like it. I won 11 games with it, and I won 22 games with it. So it's just me, I would say. It's the way I carry myself. It's what I like. I wanted to get longer. It got a little bit longer, but I wanted to come down right here. Yeah, so it was just me.
Thanks. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. No problem.
Okay, we'll go next to Robert, and then Rob, you're on deck.
Hey, Io. So last time we did one of these, I asked you about unfinished business. What you said when you were coming back for your sophomore year, and then that season got cut short. And you said, rightfully so, that you had, delivered on what you promised, and it was the number 21 team, and just got cut short because of COVID. So did that play any part in this? Like, you had come back, you delivered on it, but couldn't play in the tournament. Was there that thought of, I want one more shot of that, or was it more simply a business decision?
I would say it was more of a business decision. I say that in the fact that if everything was right, like if everything would have went the traditional way, I believe that I would be in a different position right now. But the way that everything went down with COVID and with COVID and with, not being able to play, I would say this was not planned. Like, I'd be lying if I told you like it was a Cinderella story where I said, I'm gonna come back and do that. That's not how it happened. Like I said, I was dealt the cards, that were given to me, and I'm blessed that I had two great decisions where I could have went either way and been successful. Like I said in my video, I could have been successful in either where I went. So yeah, so that's pretty much how I took that over. That.
Yeah. Do you have a sense of? I mean, in the last 10 years, I don't recall the Illini fan base reacting to something like this. There's such hope found in this. Do you sense that? Do you see that, how, the legendary status you can achieve next year?
Yeah, I got chills watching the video. I got chills, just imagining everything that, we could accomplish, something that we deserve. Not having an opportunity to play in a tournament last year. I'm blessed to this opportunity in front of me. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, You know, a lot of people don't have the opportunity where they contend for a national championship in their home state and do it the way that my story was written, like from a team that went from like the bottom of the Big Ten and, you know, just helping attract in other great players to come, attract in other players to come and, you know, sacrifice their own talents to help the team win. I mean, you don't have the opportunity, and that's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and only, you know, a handful of athletes had the opportunity to produce in front of their home state, and it's something that I have the opportunity to do. So I'm gonna work as hard as I can. I'm gonna work double as hard as I can because I know that we have opportunity to win. I also know we have a target on our back, and I'm excited in front of the fans. The fans deserve it. You know, the fans been through so many rough years, so many tough and rough years as a Illini fan, and now, you know, they're finally getting the team they deserve to, you know, cheer and, you know, show why they're the best fans in the country.
Okay, we'll go to Rob next, and then Matt, you're on deck.
Can you talk about living in Chicago and working out in Chicago and how trying to stay fit and healthy in a summer with a pandemic and a lot of protests has affected what you do?
What do you mean living in Chicago?
You're in Chicago right now, right?
Yeah.
So we know that there have been a lot of protests and a lot of movements with marches with the movement, and also we've got this big pandemic, and so it's a different time. What's it been like for you?
I mean, it's been like the whole, like everyone else living in the world. You know, it's been protests everywhere. But in Chicago, it's been great. You know, I've been living here my whole life, so I know how to maneuver and, you know, what to do. And when it comes to working out, I've been blessed to have gyms to work out. Me, my dad, my brother, and I, we've been getting it in. We've been getting stronger, getting better, just working out. Just trying to stay focused on our picture, trying to stay focused on our goals, and I'm just working because when it's time to show, it's going to be go time. So just trying to get in shape, get bigger, get stronger, work on my body, just work on my overall game.
All right, thanks.
Okay, we'll go to Matthew, and then Soup, you're on deck.
Can you talk to me a little bit about the idea of just flipping that switch mentally and going from, okay, I'm preparing for the draft to now I'm preparing for another season as a veteran player? Is it something that maybe fans or Joe Schmo doesn't really appreciate, the idea that, you know, it's two totally different mentalities and it's two totally different, you know, schedules and responsibilities that you're going to have, you know, when you go from making that decision to now, here's my plan now, here's what I have to do.
Yeah, actually, that's the blessing. That's a blessing of my decision because I'm in a mode where I'm still in professional mode. You know, like you stated, playing in the NBA is against against much older and much more athletic, much more players who've been doing it for years, playing against veterans, playing against grown men each and every night. I was preparing to play against those guys. So now, you know, coming back, playing against my age, playing against playing against 19, 20, 21-year-old, it's a much different game and a much different method that it favors me, and it favors me because I've been working out to play against professionals. Now I get to play against people who are my age. So that's an advantage that I have, and that's an advantage that I'm going to, you know, look to use when I coming out trying to dominate, because I know that I worked hard for 4.5 months to play against grown men and professionals, and now I'm playing against people, my peers.
Quick follow-up on your decision is that I know you came back from it in less than a week, but did the injury against Michigan State have anything in the back of your mind of, boy, if I come back and something bad happens in that regard, boy, that would be a shame, you know, and that would end a lot. Did that come into play in your decision-making process as well?
No, actually, that's my first time I ever thought about that since it happened. Okay. I never thought about that. You can't be afraid. That's not the way I think. No, so I haven't thought about that. That has not crossed my mind when making my decision.
All right, Soup, you're up, and then Alec, you'll finish us off.
I'm good. Congratulations on your decision. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thanks, Soup. Alec, you have anything for Io?
Yeah, just a couple quick ones, Io, and congratulations. I know, I'm sure you probably saw the comments that Coach Underwood made about if you come back, there might be a statue built for you. Just for like the love that Illinois fans have shown you in the last couple of days, is there any messages that you've received that have kind of stuck out that you'll remember?
Yeah, a lot of fans been showing me love. A lot of fans are, like I said, they're happy, they're intrigued that they have an opportunity of a lifetime, have an opportunity, to root for a team who is legit national champion title contender. So the last 5 to 10 years has been real rough. I say that in a sense of comparing it to the standards that Illinois is held to, the standards that Illinois should be held to, and now they have opportunity to win. So I've been receiving a lot of messages. So I'm happy. I'm grateful to be in the position that I'm in. A lot of people don't have the opportunity to be in this position. Like I said, leading and being a leader and being player on your home state and trying to deliver a national championship. That's a tough goal. I mean, it's not going to be easy. Definitely, I know it's going to be ups and downs throughout the season, but just knowing that, we have a chance to win a national championship and knowing that I have the best fans in the country behind me, that also helps a lot. And Coach Underwood, we're on the same page. We have a lot of respect and loyalty for each other. So knowing that, knowing that if I were to come back, I have a lot of respect for my coach, and my coach believes in me and believes in my capabilities, and also believes in helping me become a better person on and off the court and help me becoming the best player I can be. I'm at the point guard position. That is definitely a blessing. That was definitely helped a lot of my decision of coming back.
And then one more, you talk a lot about competition and competing. There's a lot of stories about that 04-05 team and the level of competition, those practices that they had. How exciting is it to just know that you're going to be able to go in there and it's going to be a battle and a war on the other practice courts, and how much that can prepare you guys for, like you said, it's going to be tough to accomplish what you want to accomplish.
Wait, say it again.
You're going to have an opportunity to compete on the court every day in practice with a team that you feel is good enough to win a national championship. How exciting is that to have that level of competition every day in the same building?
Oh, okay. It's going to be fun. Like I said, we have a lot of pieces, a lot of guys want to help us win this year. So competing that's something that is going to be very, very interesting because I'm a competitor, and me being a leader, I'm going to try to bring that competitiveness out of everybody. Each practice, no days off, no laggy gagging. I'm going to be that guy that's going to make sure everyone is focused on our big picture and win national championship, nothing more, nothing less. So it's going to be very interesting and very fun competing against each other, getting each other better for the overall end goal, which is win a national championship.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Io, we really appreciate you taking 45 minutes out of your day here to visit with everybody. On behalf of everybody on this call, you've been a stand-up guy for 2 years, facing the media all the time, win or lose, always handled your responsibilities great. And obviously, we're excited you're back, and I know everybody on this call is excited to work with you for another year because of how you handle yourself with your media responsibilities. So thank you, and I'm texting you about another media thing as soon as we hang up. So.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining in.
Thank you, Io.
Thanks, Io.
Thanks, y'all.